Alright, this video is to create the flange plate part, and it's in 5.5a also, and we'll just get right to it. The nice thing about it is they give you the sketch for the revolve, which therefore pretty much tells you, in fact up here it even tells you you're going to use the revolve and hole feature. So let's do that. We can notice right here is our axis of rotation. So if you look, the sketch itself, I'm just going to draw a rough sketch out here in Autodesk. So start our sketch, XY plane, and let's go line command one more time so I have this right. It's backward looking L. So I'm just going to start here, making sure I'm on the Y-axis. Let me come out. Oop. First line is not. Very good. Let me start that over. There we go. Alright. Vertical, cross, back down. Alright. So we have that basic shape. If you take a look, we'll start dimensioning. So from our axis of rotation, which I haven't created yet, I'm just going to make it a simple line command down here. It may be hard to see at first because it's right over top of the x-axis, but nonetheless we've got our line. And if you look at the dimension right here, it's kind of jumbled, but that 0.375 is telling us that the radius of this circle that will be created, that is 0.375 here. So I'll just create that dimension. 0.375. So we'll zoom out a little bit. We'll work our way up. The next dimension is 1 inch from the axis to the top, the next line. So we'll do that dimension from here to the top as 1 inch. And the other, and I guess our final dimension 2.5 from the axis of rotation to the top. So we'll put that in as long as we're doing vertical dimensioning. 2.5. So we've got our heights set. Now the only widths they give us are the ½ inch here and the 1 inch overall. So we'll put that in. I'm just going to click this one line and make it our 0.5. And then from this left edge to right edge is the full 1 inch. So let's double check we have our numbers. We have 1 inch high, 1 inch wide. We've got everything good. So that's our sketch. We can finish the sketch and not extrude but revolve. And here's where that axis came into play. So the profile is going to be this little L shape. Then we come down and we specify the axis, and you specify it right here. Now if you look at that, looks right. We've got our full revolution, so we hit OK, and I'm going to click up here so you can see that flange plate. So we've got the plate itself done. The next thing they have us do is create the sketch, apply a sketch, and place a point vertically aligned with the sketch. It's a diameter of ½ inch through hole, and it's telling us that 1.65 inches from the center. That's what this dimension tells us. From the very middle of our sketch to the top is 1.65. So with that said, we're going to go sketching on this front flange, and I'm just going to put a work point because that's what we use for holes. And since we've set the center to 0, 0, I can just notice that my Y is changing. I'm just going to hit tab twice and I get 1.65, leaving my X at 0. I now have my center point for the hole. So we hit finish. We've got our hole command. It automatically highlighted it. We have a through hole. This is just a smooth hole. Diameter happens to be the 1/4 inch that it specified here. No, I'm sorry. Diameter is ½ inch, so we need to enlarge that. Termination is through all, so that means it's going to go all the way through the part. This is the part we need to edit. ½ inch. and hit OK. So we now have one of our holes for the flange plate. And if you count it, we've got 2, 4, 6, 8. There's a total of 10. So you go down here, the pattern function uses it multiple copies of an existing feature. So what they're saying is up here on the pattern commands, we have rectangular and then we have circular. Since this is a circular part, we're going to want the circular pattern. From there we go the features, highlighted feature. So it's wanting us to pick the feature that we want to pattern. So the feature is going to be just that hole, so you can just select that. The next thing we need to do is we need to specify where we're rotating. So if you click on the mouse next to that, the rotation axis, well, there's an axis right through the middle. That's the axis we want. The nice thing about Autodesk is that it can understand and kind of pick up what you're looking for. So if I select any of these circular features, what it's really going to do is pick up the center axis of that feature. So I typically look for the center hole, and I click just right in the middle, and then notice that blue axis shows up. It's been there the whole time, it just happens to show it to you now. I said we needed a total of 10, so we'll change that. And the rotation axis 360, hit OK, and we have ourselves a very nice flange plate with 10 holes. I believe that's everything. So we can just go ahead and save it as circular pattern with your initials and put that in the 55A folder.